Okay, in this video I'm going to show what you actually need to stream BBC overseas. Now there's lots of stuff online about this, and people say VPNs don't work and proxies don't work and you can't watch BBC iPlayer abroad, and a lot of disinformation, and it's because the web is frequently accurate but frequently also out of date. So it's May 2024 and I just thought I'd do a little video and show you what you actually need. Right. First of all, you need a compatible device. You've got to, if you want to watch BBC iPlayer, you need something to watch it on, basically. Now, this is pretty easy, really. We've all got something. There are apps on smartphones and TVs and smart TVs and tablets, PCs and laptops all work fine with BBC iPlayer. And also, most of the game consoles work as well. The problem you've got if you want to make it easy on yourself is being able to stream BBC iPlayer from abroad is kind of different to also downloading the app abroad. If you've got the apps on your phones, on your devices, fair enough, it's all easy. But there are two checks. There are checks made when you stream from the website and for the actual stream. There's also, if you've got to download the app, there's also checks from the app. So if you BBC iPlayer application won't be available, for instance, on the App Store in the US, so you'd have to go through that process as well. So it's kind of easiest to start with just go to the website. Okay, internet connection. This should be okay for most people, but basically you do need a certain amount of bandwidth to be able to watch BBC iPlayer. Let me just show you the rough guidelines. Okay, so BBC iPlayer says for standard definition you need 1.5 megabits a second. Again, that's a bit slow. You'll find that quite painful, and I would say you need at least double that, and possibly up to 5 megabits. HD, it says 2.5 to 5. Again, I'd kind of double that as well. It will work at 2 or 3, but you may have to pause a program and then let it download a little bit before you stream it. And I would stay away from UHD and 4K. No, most of them aren't available in this definition, but you need 24 megabits per second. I've not really tried. I have got 24, but I would say that's a very minimum about it. Okay, so really, I mean, everybody, if you're over 5 to 10 megabits per second, you should be all right for SD and HD. Okay, so let's go back to our diagram. So we've got an internet connection, a reasonable internet connection, a compatible device where at least we can get to the browser, to the website, the easiest way, and I do that first if you're having problems. You also need a BBC iPlayer account. Now, there are basically 3 things you need for a BBC iPlayer account. First of all, you need to be in the UK. But we can solve that through a VPN, which I'll explain in a minute. Secondly, you need an email address. Any valid email address would do. And thirdly, you need a UK postcode. Now, the UK postcode sounds complicated, but it isn't really. Any postcode will do. You can search for a business or anything. Let me just go to this site online. This is royalmail.com, find-a postcode. It's like a US zip code, but if you type in anything there, first couple of letters, it'll start searching like a telephone book for an address, and at the end of the address you'll have the postcode. See, there's HA01AB, which is a postcode in London. Okay, so it's dead easy, but any postcode will do. They're not going to check whether you live there. They're not going to check if that's your residence. It's just got to be valid. Okay. Just close that. And lastly, you need to make sure you're in the UK. Before I go on to that, I should point out, people say you must have a TV license. You don't actually need a TV license if you're outside the UK. The BBC iPlayer will ask you, have you got a TV license? If you say no, it won't work. But if you say yes, it will work. There's no check, there's no registration, there's no validation or anything like that. But it does ask you. Okay, VPN. Now this is the bit that really everybody might get stuck at. And the problem is the VPN is needed to stop, this happening, really. Let me just go to the BBC iPlayer site and let's try and stream something. Here we go. And this is what happens. It says BBC iPlayer only works in the UK. Sorry, it's due to rights issues, right? So basically it's look my IP address. It's seen I'm not in the UK and I'll get this error message. So, and I'll get this on the phone, smart TV, whatever. Okay, so it's not going to work until I stop it looking up my IP address and my location. Right, so what do we need to do? Well, as I mentioned, they determine your location from your IP address. So we need a VPN to change that. Okay, and I'll show you the VPN I use. Okay, so the VPN I use is called NordVPN. Now, choosing a VPN is probably the most difficult part of this because about 90% of VPNs don't work. You'll often say, oh, VPNs don't work with BBC iPlayer anymore. And they're true because most of them are blocked. Fortunately, there are a few that do work, and NordVPN is one of them. Now, NordVPN works as long as you use certain servers which they maintain connectivity with BBC iPlayer with. And this is the VPN app here. It'll look the same whether you're using it on your phone or a tablet. It looks very similar. This is on a desktop. And you would normally just go and click on the country you want. So if I wanted US, I would click on US and so on. But for BBC iPlayer, it's best not to click on UK, but to use one of the servers that NordVPN optimize for use with BBC iPlayer. And one of them is here. I'm just going to type the number in now and connect to a UK server. Now then, when I go to BBC iPlayer website, it will see the IP address of this server. And it will be in the UK. Let me just show you quickly now. Here. These are the servers to use if you use NordVPN. Pick any of those numbers. They're sort of exclusive. They're ranges, some of them. So you've got 1900, 1901. There's about 30 there, but use one of those if you want to access BBC iPlayer because they kind of keep an eye on those. The way BBC iPlayer blocks most VPN servers is by looking for too many concurrent connections. So like if 2,500 people are streaming the news from the same IP address, it's obvious as a VPN server and it'll block it automatically. So this is why you find most VPN services don't work, because they just kind of leave it to see if it works, if you see what I mean. So sometimes it will, and most times it won't, because you can do these blocks automatically. Okay, so I say I'm now connected to a UK server. Let's go back to the BBC. You'll notice I'm going to Firefox here. Now, the reason is the other way you get blocked, cookies. So I've just been to the BBC iPlayer website in Chrome, and I've done it, and I've just got blocked. So there will be a Chrome cookie there saying, oh, he's not in the UK. So I've gone into Firefox now. You could clear your cookies, obviously, and reboot your computer, but I thought I'd save time. And let's just go to, oh, look, there's Doctor Who. Let's watch Doctor Who and start watching. And remember, oh, this is the Christmas special, but again, it's still from the BBC iPlayer site. And you can see now it's streaming perfectly well. No adverts or anything on BBC. I'm just going to stop that now because you get a copyright strike. But you can maximize that and change the definition here and all the different things you want to do on BBC iPlayer. And that's all you need to use it. So you need your BBC iPlayer account, which you can create for free. Just need an email address and a UK postcode, which you can get online from anywhere. And you need a UK VPN server that works. And really, beyond that, that's all you need. Other than, obviously, something to watch it on. But I think most of us have got that now. Okay, so I'll leave it there now. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks, sir. Bye-bye.